Morning, guys. Morning, everyone. You're very welcome. As as always, I will wait for about 4 minutes, okay, to see if who of you will show up, okay? Well, I'll be around for about 4 minutes, and then we will start the session. Okay, I'll be around. Guys, well, it seems to be like nobody's going to show up, or at least in the first 5 minutes. So, well, I will start the session today. Well, morning and welcome to this session. Today is May 8th, 2026. Okay. And today we are going to watch and we are going to work on a very interesting topic. It's a forum. We are going to have will have the possibility to participate in a forum today for the rest of the week. So, but this forum has some specific features, has some specific characteristics. Okay, so those characteristics have to do with um, well, if they deal with the environment. What is the relationship between employees and the environment? What is what what is the meaning of green companies? What do we have to do with green issues? And also, well, we can also talk about our day. work, the job environment as well. You know, the situations where people interact, where people connect, where people spend time together, working in a team, and working in a specific task. So that is what we can face, we can focus these these two this evidence, this forum in two aspects. We can talk about our relationship as employees with the environment, with our surrounding in the company or in our office or whatever it is inside the company, or the work environment, you know, the relationship among people, you know, what is the environment uh, here in our company where I work with other people? How do we interact? How do we relate? What is our interaction? Okay, is good if we get along well with these people or not, or well, do I have to be careful with dealing with my workmates or what? So there are different situations dealing with the jobs and work environments or the environment in our company as well as the place, you know, as the facilities in our company. So do we have a lot of trees? Do we have gardens? Do we have green areas? What is the relationship between me as an employee and the, the green part of the company? You know, what do I do to help my company to improve um, these green conditions, you know, the environment to help the improvement, to help with the improvement of the environment. We can talk about my relationship with my workmates is good, is friendly. How do I interact with the people around me? In the same team, in the same office, in the same uh, building, in the same tower, or, well, you know, in the same company. So the focus of this forum is giving opinions about jobs. Okay. So for this purpose, I, 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 well, I have come up with some ideas for you to take into account um, for this evidence. Okay, so uh, let me read the sentences I come up with. I come up with. So well, there are three questions in our learning guide. You know, there are three questions we are required to answer in order to to improve our interaction with this environment, with the green part of the company. How do I see this connection of this interaction between employees and the environment, the surrounding in a company? Okay, so there are three questions you are required to answer in a written way, or if you want, you can do it recording an audio. But I would like to see your written part, you know. I would like to read your ideas, your comments about these three questions. The first question is, how can you be environmentally friendly at work? So you are required to write an answer for these questions. I already did it like, well, to give you a kind of guidance, a kind of guidance for you to, well, to keep writing or editing this, my answer, or take it as a guide, or take it as an idea, as initial idea, to come up with your own sentence or paragraph about this question. How can you be environmentally friendly at work? There are a lot of ways to help our companies protect the environment. It could be saving paper, turning the computers off when we are not in the room, or turning the lights off when we are not in the room. So these are just some ideas, you can take into account, but please add more ideas or change them or write your own ideas. Okay, these are not the unique ideas about this. No, there are different answers. There are many possible answers for this question. Question number two, what kinds of incentives could a big company offer to its employees? First of all, what is the meaning of green companies? So green companies are those companies that care a lot about our environment, ¿ok? Compañías que se preocupan mucho por el medio ambiente y que funcionan todos los días enfocadas en mejorar el medio ambiente. So those companies are called green companies. So what kind of incentives could a green company offer to its employees? First, I say that they could increase their salaries, extend their vacation time, some rewards in some programs to enjoy with their families for the employees, and extra bonuses for Christmas. Okay, extra bonuses for Christmas. Or, well, whatever it is, more ideas. You can come up with a lot of ideas, as many ideas you want. And number three, in what other ways could businesses involve their employees in environmental issues? De qué manera podemos hacer parte a nuestros empleados del cuidado de nuestro medio ambiente? For instance, giving them more time to share with their families, offer them some plane tickets, offer them some vacation in a beautiful beach or a beautiful place, having more time to practice some sports, offer them some tickets to get a ticket for the gym or whatever it is. So you can come up with different ideas about this, okay? The relationship. Me as an employee and my company as my inviter. Okay, so that's it. So you are required to answer each of those three questions in a piece of paper, and you can submit it through a Word document. You can submit your assignment through a Word document forum answering three questions. And now we are going to some videos. Okay, we are going to watch two or three videos for you to take into account. Okay, these videos can help you explore you know ideas. These videos can give you ideas about some expressions about to use in your forum or whatever it is. So, okay, so you are free to use different we are going to watch two short videos, you know, and some short videos about the connections between the environmental needs. So please, um, I will allow you to watch these videos. Okay, okay. Let's watch the first video. It's a very short video. It's like about uh, 3 minutes long. The video. Yes, it's about 3 minutes long. So I will share this video with you. Please. Meanwhile, I'm going to mute my microphone to let you watch and listen to the video in better conditions, okay? Because the sound system in my computer is not working. So I will turn the microphone off.
How's your new place?
Finished unpacking. Oh,
Neighbors yet?
yes, I met them yesterday. They're really friendly, but they're a bit too passionate about protecting the environment. They're really keen on renewable energy. They took great pride in showing me the mini wind turbine in their garden and the solar panel on their roof. Recycling. They gave me a tour of their bins. They have 5 different bins, all with different types of rubbish. And it's all neatly sorted and divided.
They sound like model members of the community. I don't know why you were complaining. Anyway, isn't it a good thing to be environmentally conscious?
Well, yes, but I couldn't get away once they started talking about it. They kept talking to me for nearly 2 hours. I was almost late.
What kind of thing about?
Oh, so much. They started off by talking about how our dependence on fossil fuels is causing a buildup of CO2 in the atmosphere, which is damaging the ozone layer, and how this would inevitably lead to increasing temperatures and rising sea levels all around the world.
Well, they're not wrong.
I know. It's the first time I'd ever met them. They went on to talk extensively about the problems brought about by deforestation.
Like habitat loss?
Yes, and other things, like how the trees can help to soak up CO2 from the atmosphere and offset the damage by fossil fuel use.
Oh, really? That's interesting. I didn't know that.
In that case, I'll have to introduce you to them then. They are thinking about launching a new community campaign to convince more people to recycle.
Okay, so this was the first video. It, uh, it talks about, well, different issues regarding the environment, you know? Well, the disposal of garbage, of beans, cans, to deposit our trash, you know? And to organize this trash to make them useful for our environment, okay? To reuse, to recycle, to save material, to use them again, or well, so this short video gives us a lot of good vocabulary, a lot of good expressions to be used in our phone. Okay, now let's go to the second video. We're going to watch 3 videos for this assignment. Um, it's, it's a different point of view regarding the environment. It's like the connection among people, the relationship with my workmate, with my boss, with my office workmates, or the people in my office are the people in my company. So this is focusing on a different point of view about the environment. Okay, let's keep. Let's go and watch the video. I will mute my microphone again.
Before this talk. Me. Me being a liar, being a bragger, that I wear women's underwear. How much do you think that will affect your right now? Like a therapist working with occupational health, I met countless employees and leaders who are suffering from a toxic and unhealthy working environment. They are struggling because they're lacking enough to change the environment. I've tried them and failed, times and times again. I've tried conflict resolutions, group discussions, individual interviews, leadership coaching, failing time and time again to change this unhealthy working environment. So, 10 years ago, I started a little investigation of my own. I was trying to figure out, why is it so hard to change? And I found out that a great number of employees and leaders were talking negatively about their colleagues when they were not present, namely backbiting. So the definition of backbiting is talking negatively about the third person who's not present. I have a question for you all. Please raise your hand if you think backbiting takes place at your workplace or place of study. Please raise your hand. Thank you very much. It's not exact, but I think about 90% of you raised your hand. In ancient Greece, on the street, an acquaintance said, "But before you tell me this news, I want you to pass a little test. It's called the triple filter test." The triple. Okay. First question. Do you know what you're going to tell me about my friend? Is it true? Oh no, I just heard it. I don't know. Okay. You could still pass the test. The second question. About my friend? Oh no. Oh no. Good. You missed the third question. You're going to tell me, is it useful? First of all, you don't know if it's true. Third of all, it's nothing useful. Why bother telling me? Who in our society today that backbites?
Saben que me dedico a redes sociales. Grammarly me ha ayudado a encontrar las palabras perfectas para sentirme segura de mí.
It's women. It's another major group as well, namely men. And why do we backbite? When I backbite, I've got this feeling of talking other people. I seem interesting because I got some juicy information that you don't have. This is how we as adults are bullying each other. I have a second question for you. Please raise your hand if you want to work in a place there is no backbiting going on. No gossip. Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, guys. Well, this is the second. This was the second video. It was about the environment, but as a personal issue, as a job issue. You know, taking into account the our work environment, how to we how to we uh, interact with other people. So let me share. I will share the links for all 3 videos we are going to watch today. The first one I already did it. Now this is about our the environment, our work, our working place as an environment. And now I want to share with you the last video. The last video we're going to watch. This is also an interesting video. Let me share the link before presenting the video. Okay. Well, remember this video started just for you to watch them later on. Okay. If you want, you can watch them as soon as we finish the class, the session, or after midday, the afternoon, in the evening, or tomorrow. Well, you will have the chance to watch the video at any time. Okay, so let's go to the last video today. This is the okay. It's style work environment. You know, look at the faces of these. You know, they are in an office. They work together. They are completely different from each other, you know, black people, white people, it's like Latino women. well, so it seems to be like the all different professions. Well, but not that. Let's watch the video and pay attention to some uh, vocabulary and English expressions to use in the answers of the current form, please.
I'm sharing. I want you to figure this out. Focus on advice to help you thrive in challenging environments. If you're dealing with a hostile work culture, networking can seem daunting, but it's crucial for your growth. Today, we'll break down 7 practical steps to network successfully, even in the most toxic workplaces. Let's dive in. Step 1. Identify safe allies. In a hostile environment, not everyone has your back, so it's important to observe first. Hidden gem here, find the low-key allies who are well-respected but fly under the radar. These are the people who can offer advice, insights, and maybe even support behind the scenes. Pay attention to how people react in meetings, their demeanor in stressful situations, and who consistently stays professional. Step 2, build micro connections. You don't have to announce your intentions to network. In a hostile environment, small interactions are key. This hidden gem, casual conversations are your best friend. Don't force it. Connect over common interests or shared frustrations in a low-pressure setting. Slowly, these micro connections build trust over time, creating a foundation for deeper professional relationships. Step 3, stay above the gossip. Toxic environments are full of gossip traps, and this is one of the easiest ways to derail your reputation. Hidden gem, opt out professionally. When gossip starts swirling, pivot the conversation or simply stay neutral. You want to be seen as someone who doesn't engage in drama. This makes you more trustworthy and dependable, qualities others will respect, especially when they need a level-headed ally. Step 4, find opportunities outside your department. Sometimes the hostility is localized to one team or department. The hidden gem here? Expand your reach by joining cross-departmental projects or company-wide initiatives. This allows you to meet people outside your immediate bubble, building relationships in spaces where the toxicity hasn't taken root. It also shows leadership that you're proactive and invested in the organization. Step 5, build relationships with external contacts. Hostile environments often leave people feeling isolated within their company, but that doesn't mean you can't build a network. Hidden gem, your external network is just as important. Stay on LinkedIn, attend industry events, and set up informational interviews with people in your field. When you're ready to make a move, these external contacts can be invaluable for opening doors. In a hostile workplace, recognition might be rare, but that doesn't mean your work goes unnoticed. Hidden gem, you need to be your own advocate. Keep a detailed record of your accomplishments, both for yourself and for future networking conversations.
When you have proof of your contributions, you can highlight these in subtle ways during interactions, strengthening your reputation as someone who delivers results. Step 7, manage your brand. Your professional reputation doesn't start and end at your workplace, especially in a toxic environment. Hidden gem? You control how you're perceived, both internally and externally. Update your LinkedIn profile regularly, share industry-relevant content, and be active in professional communities. When others see your value beyond the toxic environment, seven steps to network effectively. Your integrity. Remember, just because it's tough doesn't mean your career has to be.
Well, okay, guys. So, what are we required to do for this session? Let me share. Eh, deben participar en el foro. Pero, bueno, tengo buenas y malas noticias. Bueno, buenas, muy buenas. Lo que pasa es que ya se está solucionando lo de que como instructor no tengo acceso a la plataforma. Entonces, ya eso, ya parece que ya hoy se soluciona. Entonces, ya a partir de hoy, entonces ya voy a estar, eh, ya podré eh, organizar de inglés, organizar las evidencias y calificar las evidencias que ustedes han enviado y que yo no los he podido calificar porque no habría tenido ingreso a la plataforma. Si Dios quiere, hoy o a más tardar este fin de semana ya se está solucionando la cosa. Ya se ven ya soluciones ya de inmediato. Entonces, esto, este foro, pues, ustedes deben ingresar a la plataforma y escribir respuestas. Yo voy a ingresar con este foro, este mismo foro que está aquí. Las respuestas esas que yo escribí, las voy a escribir en el foro en la plataforma. Mientras tanto, mientras a mí me habilita el usuario como instructor, entonces usted puede ir copiando las, las tres preguntas en un documento de Word y guárdelo ahí en el computador de sus archivos. ¿Listo? Cuando ya nos habiliten, entonces ustedes van a buscar este por el número de la guía que está aquí, guía de aprendizaje 3 AA1EB03. ¿Listo? Ese es el foro que ustedes van a buscar en la plataforma y ahí ustedes ingresan y ahí van a encontrar mi respuesta. Pero ya después ustedes empiezan a escribir también de su videos interesantes, información, podrán encontrar English expressions, vocabulary, to use in your form, vocabularies que ustedes usar en el foro. Listo, chicos. La sesión. Aquí ustedes podrán ingresar y ver el video. El video va a quedar grabado. Ok, chicos. Bye and have a nice weekend. Que tengan un buen fin de semana.